Hi, welcome back to my play of Final Fantasy XIV Online. We are now continuing the story quest after dealing with the Moogle's primal of sorts, apparently. I'm really hoping I'm gonna get the tour of the new headquarters soon. But we'll see what Minfilia has up her sleeve for me today. If she's deep in thought again. The gifted. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesp Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Hall in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seems only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Stavo. Fair, but I want the tour. Upon my departure, the Walking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given unto care of Uriange. He's not coming with us? What is up? I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our order's history. Mayhap it's best that we do not forsake them entirely. Orion shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Elisa shall continue to work closely with him as well. Alisai? I know it's Alphinaud's sister, but pronunciation. Should they require assistance, I have their assurance they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Uriange, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something. Something important. Have you forgotten something important, Minfilia? And why don't you just ask him yourself? But okay, you're probably busy. Asking me to ask him to go back and tell you will take less time. But it's okay. I like to know, so I won't complain. I just find it weird. Thou art ever welcome, Stabo, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by my concern for my well-being. Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quilt this place without further delay. Mayhap you thinkest this chapter of a tale is concluded, that the whole should rightly be consigned to the annals of history. In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily doth he set down the past? Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor, faded by the eons. And still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis taught his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in the shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. I comprehended the gist of it, but they were very much... be not offended, Stabo. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebearers. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of... Whence came that cry? The Sola? Wolf of Hand, the antecedent. Ja, ja. Off we go. It's not safe here anymore. Sabo, you must. I knew it. Always. The echo. Tell me, Louis, would you have done the same? Ascians? Louis Levelier was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. Who are you? An Ascian? Here? How? How readily you see. You are indeed gifted, antecedent. But you're not like the others. Your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you too harshly. The fault lies with your forebearers. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary, and like he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who... You speak of La Habrea. La Habrea is a warrior. He fought. He fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still? Come. I only confirm that which you already knew. There is cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. You... What are... We're ready when you are, my lady. If there's something else... Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that happened, it feels strange to leave, but I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colours perception. Thus did she perceive not. So, it is all but with a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gifts grant you clarity. It grants you focus. With it you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. La Habrea did not think so highly of the echo. La Habrea is wrong about great many things. The echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our people, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I come in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait! Stay where you are. Ah! Mayhap I was indecisive. indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Hold on a minute. Like, I have no outright strife with the Ascians. They just seem to want to create harm and get us into darkness. But if that's just some... What's this peace you want? Because if they want peace, we can do peace. They just don't have to do darkness shit. Oh, I'm so confused. And how do they really look like? How do I master the echo? Was it also by her hand that you survived the Ardor, I wonder? Her? Ardor? What's this? Is it the mother? Is she something also? Adoptive mother, but that's still the mother. I take it there is no need to explain. Save your concern. He didn't mean no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. Wow, you move slowly. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you all right? You look faint. Do you need to lay down? I can fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Urianj, send word to the students of Baldessian. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Ascian, my lady? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the walking sands. Yet Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know and care not. Find him, Stabo. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay until if you have to. I like this kind of events. Pray attend me, Tataru. Okay, out to the walking sands we go. Walking, 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 go. Could have used another ticket just to be teleported outside, couldn't I? I'm told you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Now, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish should you survive. We shall speak anon. What is going on here? I don't want to perish. Do I have Eve picks? Where did Eve picks go? Trying to remember the buttons. AoE. Normal things. Charge. Use, bada boom. Sleep. Sure, cast. Okay, I think so. You are being judged. I'll judge you. Why is he trying to trick me? I didn't perish. Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save she who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of men grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You haven't proven yourself an emissary. You can't just say words. You can't just do tongue flickers without proofs. You bore witness to my audience with the Undescendant, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said for La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds. For though them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that she could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word and the one true God, and we shall meet again. Elidibus. Elidibus, White Road. Scary, suspicious looking Ascian. Why don't I just use a ticket? Hi, Evepigs. Thank the gods you returned, Stabo. After you left, we were going to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it a visitor proved elusive. Beg pardon? He was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again. Of when does he speak, and of what exactly? The words of this Elidibus portend much but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall be content with a wealth of additional questions. Let us decide the matter of this Ascian until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stone. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before we depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was a spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade. furnishing the resistance with the vital imperial secrets while feeding his paymates subtly conceived misinformation. When he passed some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal of what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within it I still do not understand. It is my hope that Uriange will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. Okay. Since he's dealing with the primals, it makes sense. And why have we not shared it before, I wonder? Sounds like kind of an important thing when primals started popping up all over the place. And popping back up on hard mode. Again and again. I thought thee departed. To what ends doth thou linger? Warburton. The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labour. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well can I imagine the descendant's pain. Upon mine honour, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Stabo, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could not wait any longer. I have departed for the Rising Stone. I'm in the next room, lady! If you have yet to, once you have given the journal to Uriange, I bid you come to the 7th heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tattaru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new aetheryte in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep. Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. Also so central. Like, Gridania, Ulda, Limsa. Noria. Much more logical than that we are here. Like it. Like it a lot. I will have the tour. I want the tour. Oh, Stabo, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering why you didn't show up. As I was just telling your representative, restive receptionist there, I am pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid! From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Walking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Most of the men and women you see around here in Revenant Hall are adventurers who come and go as they wish. I dare say that should make it easier for you to go about your business here. And it shouldn't hurt that Stabo here has already made something of a name for herself here. Isn't that so, Stabo? Yeah. Well, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite our relocation. And with that, Stabo, I do believe it's time you officially announce your presence to everyone inside. The Descendant and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. Yeah! Names I don't think I have known. But this is a tavern where we can meet people. And then we walk into our headquarters, I assume. Just gonna have a quick silly little look around. Ishtola is there, Thancred, Philemon. Okay, still Miss Norexia. I want a new self-friend. Alphanode. And we have the Solar. Ooh. Improved, yes. Well, it is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the science of the seventh dawn. For today we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eosia's people, proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eosian alliance. On the contrary, the Antecedent and I shall endeavour to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the science of the seventh dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eosia. For Eosia! A moment of a time, Stabo. I would speak of Elidibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Bardessian hath been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Remember our headquarters? I'm just saying. Their words are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge both. Oh no. Contact the ages in the field at once. If aught has fallen the student of Bardessian, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus. 'Tis possible that others in the homeland are possessed with such knowledge. To be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps? Or other? Or Osha? Or Puce? What are those? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. Never think that. When you shattered the crystal of darkness and caused Adla Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ascian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly. A way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work that we do not understand, Sabo. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. I need to go check on the students of Baldessian. Tell me their headquarters. Krilly, where are you? I need to go check on them. I can just fly over. Your intentions was not foretold. Your intention was not foretold. Is he speaking? Is there another one, or is someone speaking to him? Ooh. So that's Nimbus. You object? Nabrilis, not Nimbus, but you know. Nabrilis is showing his head even. We question. Our plans are in motion. Our intentions unclear. Your intentions unclear. They survived, and the Seventh Order are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will. So too shall I. We labour not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And, at long last, they see. But what do I see? I want to see it now. Now. Built on the stone. Well, that was a quick little video, but I think that was the end of the first patch. But since we've been barely on for half an hour, we're just going to start in the second patch. Because that's how we do it. Exactly what I want, when I want it. So let's start on the next part. What is this? Truly there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as it seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that the pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. Primals. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone with a concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had they stolen goods been of merely monetary value. But there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in self-service to a primal. We can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Ishtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. We're back to where we were. As soon as we leave, there is thievery about in the closest city. It's been going on since before we left. They just noticed it now. It's fine. Ah, Stabo, your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufulupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation. And I would only be repeating that which he relayed to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Fufulupa. Ah, hello there, Stabo. Was it? Ishtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystal stolen, but I dare say it might have been greater than... but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints in the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted towards eastern Thanalan where, thank the gods, I heard that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage? That would seem curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amaljar do have a foothold in eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could... Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or on second thoughts, perhaps it's good news after all? Thancred, whatever have you been up to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amaljar friends. And wouldn't you believe it? I happened upon a runway carriage on the way, and even was able to do a small part to help my friends in the brass plate intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of summons. The blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas. I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our opinion as well. Come with us, Stabo. Against all expectation, it would seem the Amaljar are innocent of this particular spate of crimes, but all indications that they have yet to replenish the store of crystals exhausted during the last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such a length to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motives were profit, then why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what that might be, I shall inform Uriange of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then. 'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Tell me more.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Intriguing. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then. For want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufulupus' brain again. Who knows? If we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Don't have to ask me twice. Ah, but it's good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufulupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped unnoticed for so long. Then it came to me. What if there's someone among our own ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our midst? Why didn't we assume that from the get-go? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufulupa. Indeed, if for some reason of security the concern decides to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, the plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concerned be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let's say, a lone Mikote miner traveling without escort, as not attract undue attention. But who? Ah, I see. Yes. The concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with such cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly to rest upon the way. Mayhap north of the bridge to Hamerlia? A fine spot for a rest. Would you not agree, Stabo? Alas, the royal of the Mikotse miner is taken, so you will lie in wait to the north, and I will do the same to the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if the thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared and offer them some encouragement. Lie in wait for the thieves. Oop. We're expecting dragons to attack with so many space. I was too preoccupied looking at Ulda. Carbuncle is out. If Pix is out, I mean. Standing watch. This targeting system is not functional. Up into the north, as expected. You are unharmed? A gang of the sea-wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose it's the first time for everything. Sea-wolves? All of them? Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. Fifilupa will want to hear about your meeting with thieves. And that he will. And again spares. Well, that is a spare country, apparently. Nation? State. On behalf of the Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so, then? By your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. Ah, no. I am afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. And for the love of... How did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea wolf. The Minson born and raised, I believe. But do not worry. We will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes, she's standing next to me. Understood. Our fair our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where the duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Funny guy. Funny guy. I think 90 is an upgrade from what I have. I just don't remember. The antecedent bids me tell you to make for West Bay, where young Elfinod awaits you coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Elfinod has planned for you, I shall endeavour to track down our treacherous breastblade, and when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. West Bay! You're late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, the vessel belongs to a band of Dormans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You're familiar with Dorma, yes? In Othrad? Othrad. Well, like the rest of the nation in the eastern continent, it's ruled by the Gallian Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of the ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale. And more importantly, what they know about the current state of affairs with the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity. Do you not think? Come with me to Eldastable. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Dormans bickering with the Sultan's one in the royal promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings. Insurance. If our guests are not themselves imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ulda. Good day, I said. The Royal Promenade. I never second guess myself. It was right. Give big scum! It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge for a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears? A loyal man with a cold heart, and know his kind well. I hope they will find me more to your liking. Alphino Levayo at your service. A friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Uldar, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourself to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate in the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there aught we can do to help. Stoic nod. Speak with Alphino in the quicksand. No. Adventurers Guild. Whee! Journalins. I need to do your quest at one point. Adventurers Guild.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone, razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Uldar are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Uldar is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Uldar unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
I just have a question. That we, Science of the Seventh Dawn, are not to interfere in any one nation's politics. What is this? Like, I am not opposed to helping them. I just feel like, Alfinod is going beyond bounds. I'm a bit all over the place, so I'm allowed. I'm Warrior of Light, I'm not. There needs to be a twist for this not to be political and ruin the whole concept of like 10 minutes ago. Let's see where it goes. If I may, madam, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not a heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more than you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Good madam, if your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Mumudi! No, Beltram would. Is Mumudi as kind? Hey, why didn't you say so soon, Estabo? Course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow. See? But they just said where they can't come, meaning we got a boatload of foodstuff and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Go and call on Frieden and Catherine at the Sapphire Adventure Exchange. Tell them I said to ship off the little prince's order to the Walking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them these letters. That should set them straight. I mummy dua, mummy tua, mummy dua? Mummy dua? Mummy something. She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodui judgment, but that doesn't seem like wise to me. I'll not speak of children. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her intention. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. They literally fled because they tried to take up the Empire. Because we attacked them and they might have had a weak point. Circumstances, people? Do we not want to help the people that are also against the Empire, mayhap? Getting allegiances? They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now I'm going to tell Lady Yuguri it's all in hand. I did not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yuguri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both, we should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done so much for us, Master Alphinaud. I swear we shall return the favor. Allegiances. Naught is owed, Lady Yuguri, for naught has been given. 'Tis small favour you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favour of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be requested of them, assuming the Domus are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us in the Royal Promenade. Sometimes you just need a little stirred out help. Stupid wall type situation stuff. A pleasure, Stabo. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Yugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow.
That might prove difficult.
Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny, but we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage hath fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
A peculiar way to vote. You stop talking if you vote against it. Just those three?
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving.
Is that true?
That you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner, is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
It's like a sympathetic dude.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Nor is it for the science. If we have a whole part of the city that's not been rebuilt, and I'm not excluding Alamegans, when they asked, and now we have this chunk of people who are strong of will and labors, why don't we give that place to rebuild and use and then be useful? If we don't have the space, that's fine, but we have space and laborers. I don't see how that's a loss in, like, even a short run. But I'm not in politics. As you observed, Lolo Litro is not afraid to speak his mind. Nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah! I will waste no more words on him, not when the Dormans are yet in need of aid. Everyone follow me to the Hall of Flames. Okay. And pray tell where are they? By the main crystal. Okie dokie. The syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that the matters be reconsidered. The monetarists have made their position clear. Agreed. Uldar is not an option. Nora Limsa or Gridania, a judge given the state of their internal affairs. We shall leave our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. What that I had more time to find an alternative. A place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Bye. Memphilia, that is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap, or just a few days? Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Yuguri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphino. The headquarters of my order, the Science of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Modona. Like most outposts, is frequented by merchants and other men of action, and lack the comforts of a more well-established settlement. However, the leaders of Revenant Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, least you doubt, with naught to save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not like those which you yourself proposed, Lady Yuguri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Uldar. Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, once again, I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life of your people is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat, considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Uldan Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, Stabbo. Doesn't Sid have an airship? Lady Yuguri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the immortal flames can provide. So we just come to Revenant's Toll and say, hey, more people. But as I said, if we need to rebuild, they want labor. Perfect symbiosis. Oh, this was not the right way. Can I go this way also? So it could have been the right way. This was the right way. This is so intriguing. But I am confused. Her tails is not the same as mine. So what does she look like? We are concerned that the Dorman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have been sequestered aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mr. Mamadi has kindly offered to accommodate the Dormans until such a time as they are ready to set out for Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. Thank you. You're as good as Balderun. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? A fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Dormans to Mordona. When the government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans of the Dorman on the Dorman's behalf. Very well, we should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Uldar, Lady Yuguri. And you in Revenant Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Yuguri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I wouldn't trust the task of escorting our Dorman friends to you. After you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? I say aye. Couldn't take the loot, so I have to do this again. As we speak, the dormants prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Ul'dah. That said, it has all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees require some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Stabo, I have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process. Though tasks great and small, in short, whatever must need be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hosan when you arrive. As Lady Uguri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Vesper Bay! I barely have time to look at our new headquarters. It's been sending around everywhere. Ah, that's how they'll travel. Hosan. Greetings. Alfinon informed me that Ascian would be arriving to help with the preparation. I'm honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. Aye, I know from a glance what manner of woman you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this strife, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given to my care? They are most adept of staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eye will succeed where I have failed. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son Yozan. He can tell you more. Children be children. We're doing hide and seek, little boy. Oh, hello there. I'm Yozan, son of Hosan. Will you be coming with us to Ul'dah? Here we're traveling by horse-bird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but what's that? Looking for the others? Don't worry. I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide and seek. 3 players are still hiding. And since Lady Uguri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. Okay. Hey, you're not Yosan, who are you? I'm Koharu. Sabolina, eh? Didn't know anyone else was... Wait a minute. You're one of those, stallions, aren't you? No, science. Then you must know Lady Uguri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek too. Oh, alright, it's almost time to go. This meeting is Dabo. Now my next question is, can they also be inside or are they all outside? Since this is the end of my circle, I will assume inside as well for the last one. How did you find me? Well, guess I need to practice more. Maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Guardians didn't find me. Are they allowed to hide inside though? I feel like that'd be rude. Yes, we start to this house. Pardon me and my horse. Do those squats. Haha! Are you playing? Oh, not fair. Yosin didn't say anything about adults. We're getting to ride a horse-bed carriage. I didn't know. Sounds scary, but if Yosen says it's safe, I'll go. Wonderful. All the children now are counted. Hide and seek. Ah. I see that you're curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yuguri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but nevertheless, take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. I do take comfort in that, actually. One more. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at irregular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father, Homei, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Kuharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Uldar is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you'd agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you're ready to leave, please inform our coachman. I am ready. Don't be frightened by my Reaper. It's a friendly one. You gonna be up, are you? Are you? Well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Rana from the Blade says we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie's been sighted south of the bridge to Hamelia. Might be someone playing tricks on him, of course, but I don't like to play gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot here is another story. So I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around. Make sure the area is safe. And if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way is clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blades tell me the roads are safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own. Assuming the self-same beast don't try and rob us, that is. Yeah. Yeah. There be some beasties somewheres and bad blood officers elsewhere. Hope. She said not being hidden in her garment would scare us, which just made me so curious to what is she that would scare us? Again, someone same questing as me. I think I'm higher level than her. She might not have played so much. Done almost everything else there is to do. So there was a beastie. Waspy in the upper reward, eh? Well fought, madam. Well fought. Ah, if only I were in better health, I would have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets his responsibilities. Preclude act of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life. All this and more we owe her. How does one ever begin to repay such a debt? In kind father, to she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, brickyarding, it matters not. Revenant's Hall will grow and prosper by our hands. I love this. I love it so much I'm starting to be getting sus. Hi, children. Hey, Miss Dabo. Kohara and I want to know why you became an adventurer. To wither the white rose blooms. Glory. It's not fortune, it's not power. Glory. I like bringing honor to your family, you mean? Yeah, yes, father always goes on about that. It's my turn now. Excuse me, Miss Dabo. I've got a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? It's a bustling outpost, frequented. It's a bastion of civilization. It's harsh and forgiving. It's home to the science. It's frequented by countless adventurers. You mean there's a lot of people there who are just as strong as you? Oh, I can't wait. Enough, Koharu. It's my turn again. Miss Dabo, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Seek out, fight, train, buy weapons from Rowena. Experiences and adventures. Of course, to be a better adventurer, you need to go adventuring. All right, that's a question for Miss Dabo. That's not fair. Why does Yosin get to ask too? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Of course. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Miss Dabo. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurers guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Miss Dabo and Lady Yuguri. Yeah, just like Miss Dabo and Lady Yuguri. I like this. We can talk more about it in the carriage on our way. Will you be joining us? Although with all the space again. Look at that sword. Whoa. Ah, Stabo. I take it the first group has arrived. Excellent. Is aught else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Guri should travel to Revenant's Hall forthwith. Aiming, slaying, fending. Aiming. And there we leave this episode. So next time we will take Yuguri to Revenant's Toll and see where they are to build their lives upon. It's so interesting. I am so curious more about her. I hope we get to learn much more. Yeah, very intriguing. Wondering how Revenant's Toll's gonna rise and what new things I get. It's gonna be cool. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for joining. That worked.